Welcome back to another Madden 20 rebuild I have for you guys here today. Today it's going to be a fantasy-style rebuild of the San Francisco 49ers. Before I really begin this video, if you guys are new around here and end up enjoying this one, feel free to subscribe to the channel. It would also be awesome and very much appreciated if you guys can leave some likes down below. One last plug here, or I guess two, but if you guys would like to follow me on Twitter or join my Discord, links to those are down below. Now, let's start talking about this team. The 49ers are currently undefeated, which is pretty awesome. I kind of like the 49ers. I mean, my favorite team is the Eagles, but, you know, I have respect for the 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo, the starting quarterback. Gucci Garop. He's a 27-year-old star-developing quarterback. He's only an 80 overall, but I think that should be serviceable for this rebuild. I'm sure he'll do fine. I've seen him go up in development in other rebuilds, you know, so hopefully he can do that for us here. That would be really cool if he could become a superstar at some point. Matt Breida, Tevin Coleman, Jerick McKinnon, Raheem Mostert are the running backs. A really good group of running backs, but I think I'm going to stick with Matt Breida as the number one. He has ridiculous stats in this game. 95 speed, 93 acceleration, even pretty decent trucking. 74 trucking isn't that bad. I know Tevin Coleman's also pretty glitchy in the game. He has 94 speed, 77 trucking, like the same sort of running back there, essentially. Jerick McKinnon is super agile, you know, but he's hurt in real life, I'm pretty sure. And then Raheem Mostert is just, you know, the fourth guy here. But I will probably, you know, start Matt Breida this season. I don't know if I'm going to trade the rest of them. I'll figure something out, I guess. Depends on how expensive they all are. Emmanuel Sanders was just recently traded to this team. Let me actually talk about this for a second. Since this is a fantasy-style rebuild, I didn't bother going ahead and giving up the draft pick they actually gave up for Emmanuel Sanders, because when the rosters update, the game doesn't update the draft pick, so you actually have to go and do it manually. Unless that changed. I don't think it did, though. But for realistic rebuilds, when I get to those, I will make sure that the draft picks, at least for the team I'm rebuilding, are all correct. So when I get back to this team again, I'll make sure they don't have whatever draft pick they gave up for Sanders. I don't remember what it was. But they have Emmanuel Sanders, Marquise Goodwin, Dante Pettis, Trent Taylor, Kendrick Bourne, Deebo Samuel. Pretty good group of wide receivers, if you ask me. Emmanuel Sanders has actually been playing really well with the 49ers. I'm a big fan of Emmanuel Sanders. I liked him. I liked him when he was on the Steelers, when he was on the Broncos and whatnot. Marquise Goodwin I also like. He's very fast, one of the fastest players in the game. 98 speed on him, 97 acceleration. The thing is, though, I want Dante Pettis to get some playing time. He's still very young. I would like Deebo Samuel to get some playing time since he's a rookie out of South Carolina. He was good in college, of course. I'm not sure exactly how well he's playing this year. I have him in a few fantasy leagues. I know he scored a couple touchdowns. I'm pretty sure he dropped a touchdown last week as well. But I don't want to trade Emmanuel Sanders because he just got traded to this team. You know, originally, like if I were doing the Broncos before they traded him, I would probably trade Emmanuel Sanders just because he's 32 years old. But since the 49ers literally just got him, I don't want to trade him away just yet. So I think that means I'll trade away Marquise Goodwin, which I sort of don't want to do. I think, you know, 49ers fans typically like this player. I'm not sure if he's just not playing now or what's up, but I think I'm going to try to trade him. I apologize if you guys don't like that. Joe Staley, Laken Tomlinson, Weston Richburg, Mike Person, and Mike McGlinchey on the offensive line. I think Mike McGlinchey is the only player who will be here the entire time. I'm not going to trade Joe Staley, but he'll probably retire next year. Laken Tomlinson, Weston Richburg, Mike Person will probably all be traded this year, to be honest. Weston Richburg, maybe not, but they're all up there in age and not too good. Laken Tomlinson's 27 and the youngest, so I don't know about that. George Kittle, one of the best tight ends in the NFL. He's an X factor here on offense, 94 overall. Of course, I'm not going to be trading him. Defensively, it gets very interesting on this side of the ball. They have so many really good young players, including Nick Bosa, 86 overall for this rookie with star or better development. I'm pretty sure I know what his development is, but I won't spoil it. But if it ends up being star, right, he's still a very good rookie. He's an 86. He'll probably go up to like superstar or X Factor at some point if he begins with star, just because of how well he'll probably play. They have DeForest Buckner on the defensive line as well. They have DJ Jones, isn't that your name? Out of Ole Miss, 2 years of experience. D Ford is here as well, coming over from the Chiefs in the offseason. And then Eric Armstead doesn't really fit the team at 4-3 defensive end, so I'll probably kick him inside, and he will be the number 2 defensive tackle. I'll just have it set up like that now. I will go ahead and actually change his position, though. Richard Sherman, one of the better corners in the NFL still. He's getting up there in age for sure, but he's still ridiculously good, especially at zone coverage. So he's going to stay on the team as long as possible. I'm pretty sure Jason Verrett was injured again, which is super unfortunate, man. He was one of the more promising cornerbacks, honestly, of the past 5 years since he entered the league. I thought he had a ridiculous ceiling. You know, he was going to be so good one day, and he kept getting injured. It was really unfortunate to see him kind of just every single year just get faced with a new injury. Akella Witherspoon, though, the number 3 there. K'Wan Williams is also on this team. And Jimmy Ward is the starting free safety. I'd like to replace him at some point. Jaquiski Tart isn't too bad. He's an 81 overall. Possibly a player I replace in the future. I don't know. Fred Warner's very good in Madden. He's also good in real life, don't get me wrong, but he's really good in this game. He wins Defensive Player of the Year pretty often, honestly. Hopefully he can do that for us. Quan Alexander also just recently tore his pectoral or something like that, which really sucks. I think he's out for the rest of the year. Another really solid linebacker. And then they have, what's your first name? Dre Greenlaw. Okay, a rookie out of Arkansas. So that is the San Francisco 49ers. They have a really solid roster, of course. They are undefeated in real life. They have a good team. Let's try to rebuild this team, get them some more pieces, possibly trade for some more draft picks. I don't know why I said possibly. I'm definitely going to be trading for some more draft picks. But this is not a realistic rebuild. Let me reiterate that again. So I'm going to be trading away a lot of these players and probably not giving away that much to get some draft picks. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. I'm beginning here by getting the draft pick I get pretty much every time. Giving the Dolphins Laken Tomlinson, Solomon Thomas, and this random backup outside linebacker I'm not going to try to pronounce for their first rounder. I'm giving Marquise Goodwin a first round draft pick this year and a third round draft pick next year to the Jets for Jamal Adams. I think either him or Jaquiski Tart will play free safety. I don't know exactly who it's going to be yet. I'll figure it out, but I couldn't really land a free safety. So I just went after Jamal Adams. I'm sure he'll be fine if he's the one who switches over. It is very easy to get Will Hernandez. All I'm giving up here is K'Wan Williams. I'm getting another first round draft pick here. This time it's Mike Person and Jimmy Ward going to the Buccaneers. Also, Mike Person, I moved him to right tackle. I'm giving the Patriots Garrett Selleck and 2 running backs, Tevin Coleman and Jerick McKinnon, for Jonathan Jones. That's actually really funny. Okay. Kendrick Bourne, straight up for Rodney Hudson. Weston Richburg, Richie James Jr., and Ronald Blair are going to the Redskins for their first round draft pick. The overall of the team here for the first season is an 86, 88 offense, 85 defense. On the offensive side, we added Will Hernandez and Rodney Hudson through trades. I also just signed Clint Bowling in free agency. He's actually not too bad, and he can start at right guard for us. Defensively, I decided to put Jaquiski Tart to free safety and then keep Jamal Adams at strong safety. We also added Jonathan Jones here down at cornerback number 2. He only has normal development, but hopefully he can go up to at least star or something after this season. So that is going to be the team. I actually think this team can play really well, but let's see what happens. Let's check out what the team is all about at the mid-season mark, but we also have a breakout player. That's pretty cool. Dante Pettis could go up to superstar. I highly doubt he will, but let's see what the record is. 4-3. Okay, at least we're over 500, doing far worse than we are in real life. Not we, I'm not a part of the team. We're doing way worse than the 49ers are in real life, but it's alright, I guess. We are on top of the NFC West. The Seahawks and the Rams, both 4-4, and then the Cardinals down there, 1-7. Pretty close division, aside from the Cardinals. Let's check out the, development of Nick Bosa and a couple of these experience points that we're probably going to have. We have 1 for Dante Pettis, 1 for George Kittle, 1 for Deebo Samuel over there as well. Defensively, Nick Bosa is a superstar developer, if you guys did not know. 1 going around for a lot of other players as well. I changed the experience sliders, right? That seemed really low. Yeah, I did. Okay, the experience sliders are all 160. That's also for those of you who actually care to see what they are. But really quickly, let me just make sure this prompt goes through. So if he can get, 150 yards or 2 touchdowns, he'll go up to superstar. 3 touchdowns or 150 yards. Okay, he will most likely not get that. But still, it's an opportunity. It's a possibility. It can be out there. Who do I want to bring back to the team? I think a lot of these players, it depends on how well they play. Eric Armstead's a guy I want back, though. Like Matt Breida. I like Matt Breida a lot. Don't get me wrong. But, if he plays really poorly in this game, I don't think I want him being the running back, man. It's just not worth it, I don't think, if he's going to be bad. I don't know how he plays in Madden. I haven't used him yet this year. But Eric Armstead, I would like back on the team. Rodney Hudson's a player I would like back as well. But let's see how much money we have. $32.8 million. Okay, we can at least bring back Eric Armstead. I think that's going to be it for now. I will revisit these later, though. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Did Dante Pettis get the breakout challenge? We also lost to the Cardinals. That sucks. He didn't get it done. All right. It was worth a shot, right? We have another one as well. Whose is this one? Matt Breida. Matt Breida can go up to superstar? Okay, come on. One of these has to go through, right? I'm going to be pissed off if we miss out on both of them. Let's go. It's against a pretty tough team, though. It's against the Seahawks. Did it end up working? We won that game as well, 35-14. Come on. He didn't get it. He didn't get it. No! Matt Breida, come on, man. Hey, we made the playoffs this year. That's pretty cool. We went 10-6. We also have a couple more messages. I've never seen these before, actually. We have to take on the Eagles, who went 11-5, though. We finished on top of the division, 7-9 for the Seahawks, 5-11 for the Rams, 4-12 for the Cardinals. How did Jimmy G play? Gucci Garoppolo, pretty well, actually. 4,211 yards, 36 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Yeah, that's a really good season. Matt Breida was pretty solid. 4 yards per carry, over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Not bad. I guess 3.9 yards per carry, whatever. Emmanuel Sanders was phenomenal. Dante Pettis was also pretty good. George Kittle had 9 touchdowns. All right, I will take it. Those guys all played really well. 11 sacks for Mike McGlinchey, leads the team, but that's all right. It's not too bad. We have 125 total tackles for Fred Warner. 14 tackles for loss for DeForest Buckner, 10 for D Ford. Not too many sacks, 7.5 for D Ford, 6 for DeForest Buckner and Eric Armstead. Nick Bosa only got 4. 4 interceptions, though, for Richard Sherman, 2 for Quan Alexander, Jonathan Jones, and Jamal Adams. Defensive touchdowns. Do we have any? We do not. Safeties. We don't have any blocked kicks. We have 1 for Sheldon Day. All right. Forced fumbles. We have 2 for Richard Sherman, and I think only 1 of those is recovered, yeah. We were 13th on offense this year, and then 9th on defense. All right. Deshaun Watson wins MVP. I am really surprised Jimmy G is not in this list. He had a fantastic season. He is on the Offensive Player of the Year list, though, at number 7. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack wins it. Quan Alexander at number 5. No Fred Warner, also pretty surviving. Surviving? Wow. Surprising. Let me speak, please. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we have Deebo Samuel at number 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jelani Tavai is going to win it. Nick Bosa at number 6. It doesn't really matter if Nick Bosa gets, that many awards or anything like that because he has superstar depth. He's still going to go up in overall regardless. Let's check out these experience points, though, before we get into the game against the Eagles. We don't have too many on offense. Dante Pettis has 2. Deebo Samuel has 3. A couple other players with 1. Defensively, we have 3 for Nick Bosa. 1 for a few other players. 2 for a couple guys as well. Let's see what these messages are all about. I've actually never seen these. This is from a team leader. It's from Jimmy Garoppolo. What is he going to say? Coach, I spoke to Joe earlier today, and I got to be honest, it doesn't sound like he's coming back next season. Oh, wow, that's actually kind of cool that they tell you that. And if this is his last run, we got to send him out with a championship. Okay, cool. Plus 20 morale. All right, that's kind of what that's all about. What is he going to say? Hey, I'm going to retire. Coach, I've been playing this game a long time. I've accomplished a lot in my career, but you know what? I've never won a championship. In this postseason, I'm going to do everything I can to change that. Joe Staley's morale has been maxed out for the playoffs. Wait, that's actually sweet. What's his overall boost now? That's really cool that they do that. I'm a big fan of that. He's a 92 overall. That's impacting it by 3. Jesus. Okay, awesome. Let's go, though. Let's win this game against the Eagles. This is going to be really, really anticlimactic if we actually lose this game. So 88 overall for us, 86 overall for the Eagles. 2 X Factors on their team, Fletcher Cox, Zach Ertz. Let's advance and see if we can win with the morale on our side. We lost. We signed Preston Williams, though? Yeah, it is Preston Williams. That's pretty cool. That's kind of annoying. What does Jimmy G have to say now? I promise you, man, I did everything I could. I'm sorry we couldn't make it happen this year. It's all right, man. It's okay. -5 of morale? All right. Screw that, man. We had a good year. So believe it or not, this is like a day later than that last part. When I tried to simulate to the Super Bowl yesterday, for some reason, my game completely froze at the simulating week screen. I don't know what happened. I tried to log back on later, and the same thing happened. It just kept freezing right there. The thing was, every time I loaded into the franchise, it would just automatically put me at that screen, and it wouldn't fully simulate. But after a title update, I came back, and we are still here, so that's pretty cool. I am very glad, though, that this happened, because I did not want to go ahead and do an entirely new rebuild of this team. That would have been really frustrating. But let's advance the week. The Super Bowl is between 2 teams from Texas, the Cowboys and the Texans. I'm guessing the Cowboys are going to win. They are not, actually. 24-21, the Houston Texans take down the Dallas Cowboys. Let's check out potential dev upgrades, though. Emmanuel Sanders is up to Superstar. That's pretty cool, at least. Rodney Hudson is still on the team. He's a free agent. That's why I pointed him out here. I really want to bring him back to the team, though. I hope we have enough money for it. I really do. And then defensively, Quan Alexander is up to Superstar. What did I just say? Quan Alexander is up to Superstar. Okay. I don't think anybody else... Actually, no. Jonathan Jones. He went up to Star. I kind of figured that was going to happen. Jonathan Jones seems like a really good player to trade for now. I think that is it, though, for the dev upgrades. This team is actually looking really nice. But let's negotiate here with Rodney Hudson. Do we have enough money? He is more than worth it to bring back. We do have enough money. I think it's definitely worth it to get one of the best centers in the NFL back on the team. And I think I'm going to have to tag him. That's fine. 10.7 mil. I will spend that on a franchise tag for you. Matt Breida. What do I want to do with Matt Breida? I think I want to bring him back to the team, man. Please come back. Okay, cool. He's coming back to the team. Emmanuel Sanders, Jason Verrett, Levine Toilolo. I'll give Emmanuel Sanders a 1-year contract. I don't want to give him a 3-year deal, man. I don't even think I can do this. I'd have to bring it down to like here, and he's not going to accept this. Okay, he's going to test out free agency. I might try to snag him in free agency, though. I don't want him long-term, if I want him at all. He's up to superstar, which is nice, but let's see who is here in free agency. We only have $2.25 million, so I can't really bring in anyone. There isn't anyone like out of the ordinary here anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But I do want another wide receiver. The wide receivers in this draft class don't look too good. I could go Antonio Brown, but I would definitely rather have Emmanuel Sanders at this point. Yeah, I'm going to try to get Emmanuel Sanders. I'm not going to give him that much. That's actually not that bad of a deal. He's not that expensive. I'll take him for 3 more. Actually, I can't even do that. Let's try to give him sort of what I did before. 14 total points. Yeah, he's not coming over for that. I'm going to have to up that at some point. Hey, we got Emmanuel Sanders back. I upped his contract only a little bit, though. I gave him like 33 points. I'm really surprised he accepted that. Okay, that's awesome. I still may try to draft a receiver. The class doesn't look like loaded, but there are 2 pretty decent looking players. I would definitely not mind drafting one of them. Maybe they can develop into something once Emmanuel Sanders retires. All right, here we are in the NFL draft, the 2020 draft. We have the 1st overall pick. We also have the 5th and I think the 13th. We only have 3, which is actually kind of low for me. But let me just see something. Do we have the 13th? Yeah, so 1st, 5th, and 13th. So there are 2 really nice looking wide receivers. Angelo Hawkins, Harmon Lawrence. I wouldn't mind either of them. I think Angelo Hawkins is going to be a little bit better. Part of me wants to take him now, just because the Broncos draft 2nd, and the Broncos are probably looking for a wide receiver at this point. I also really need a tackle. So there's Trey Pearson, who looks really good. Wait, 40 is 3rd. He has 40 reps, and that's 3rd? Who is 1st? All right, so I can't find the guy who's 1st. Whatever. Regardless, 40 is really nice. Maybe it's just out of tackles in general. It might just... No, it's for left tackles. I don't know, man. But whatever. There are 2 nice-looking right tackles as well. This guy's actually supposed to go in the 2nd. Yeah, that's a dude I definitely want. Nolan Loomis. Great name. Looking like a great player. All right, there's a pretty good Cutler. You know, or Andrew Cutler here. Jay Cutler's distant relative, I guess. I don't know. But I think I want one of these right tackles. I think it's going to be Nolan Loomis at some point. I don't have to take him early. He looks really good, and I don't have to take him early. So that's always a good sign. Also, this corner is a player I really want. Raquel Banyard. Another great name. He's the fastest corner. Really good zone coverage. Good awareness, good play rec. He's a player I want for sure. But I'm going to go ahead and take this wide receiver first. I'm not going to bother trading down just because I expect the Broncos to take him. Now, this player, I kind of think he's going to be a low 70. At most, I'm thinking like 75. I'm just hoping he has hidden development trait and can develop into something really nice. See, his talent down there says mid-first rounder, which worries me, man. His talent says late first rounder. It might actually be worth a trade down option, man. What do I want to do? The thing is, he fits the scheme, that first guy. That's why I really want to take him. All right, I'm going to try to trade down with the Broncos. All right, I'll take something for next year. If they accept this, then they accept it, and I'm stuck with the receivers I have. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that trade to go through. I could probably lower it, but I don't want anything less than what I was trying to get there. I was trying to get a 1st this year, a 2nd this year, and a 1st next year, and I probably would have had to give up like a 3rd this year as well. I'm just going to take this wide receiver, right? At worst, I think he's going to be a 73 with star, which honestly is still good enough for me just to, you know, remain pretty deep in the depth chart, maybe even in the top 3, I don't know. But Angelo Hawkins will be the selection. I really hope he's at least like a 76. He's a 75 with hidden. That's perfectly fine for me, right? He's ranked number 11. We reached a little bit, I guess, but he's still very nice. 93 speed, 91 acceleration, 82 short route running, 81 medium route running. This guy may be our new slot wide receiver. And then at pick number 5, I think I'm going with this cornerback. Mario Jimenez, he was a pretty good-looking center, only a 73 though. So I think I'm going to go corner here. And now the thing is, Cedric Billups looks very good. B+ awareness, B+ man, B- press. But this guy down here I think is going to be the best corner. Akil Birmingham also looks nice. Part of me feels like I could wait. I could go Trey Pearson here then. He's 6'8". Holy crap. Okay, this is kind of a rough decision, right? This guy's also 6'8". I think I'm going to go with the left tackle now. The reason being, this guy's projected to go early first round. It says projected mid-first rounder up there, but on the bottom, early first round talent. I think that gives him a greater likelihood of having hidden development than Nolan Loomis, who's supposed to go... Actually, that says early first round down there as well. My experience, though, with offensive linemen is if it says he's not supposed to go in the first round and he's still a first round talent, he typically has normal. So just based on that logic, let's go with Pearson and see if that logic is stupid or if it worked. 79 with hidden. Pearson's the best player in the class. I imagine that's tied, though, with that other tackle, if I had to take a guess. This guy looks phenomenal, though. I'm definitely glad I went with him. I hope he has, like, superstar or something. That would be really nice. And then here at pick number 13, I will 100% be going with that cornerback. Benjamin Fletcher, a 76 overall left tackle. That guy looks pretty good as well. But let's go over to corner. Raquel Banyard is still available. I actually thought this guy was going to be the best in the class, but let's see what he is all about. He's a 78. Okay, he's number 3 in the class. 95 speed, 95 acceleration. Really poor man and press coverage, but great zone coverage. I guess it's not great, but it's good for a rookie. 85 agility, 85 jumping. All right, dude, this guy is going to get a lot of playing time. I'm really excited for it. My next draft pick isn't until like the late 3rd round, so I won't be able to draft that other tackle. I will definitely make sure to look at him, though, after the draft, because I'm very curious to see how good he was. Or is, I guess. Who is still available on my draft board, though? Anybody who I want? All right, there's a couple guards here. I may as well take them. This guy actually looks really good, Derek Hyde, but I'm going to go with Matt Katz first. 69 overall, normal development, not a bad player. Supposed to go in the 2nd round, and we drafted him in the 3rd round. I will take it. And then in the 4th round, I will take the last pick I will show. It'll be that other guard. I don't remember what position it is exactly. Let's see. He's a left guard, projected to go in the 6th round, but this guy actually looks really good. Yeah, he's a 71. He was probably supposed to go in the 1st round. Actually, very close to the 1st round. Early 2nd round is when he was supposed to go. And apparently, he was going to be there in like the 6th. That's kind of nuts. We took him in the 4th round, and that was still a great pick. So I think we actually had a really good draft. We drafted a 75, a 79, a 78, a 69, and a 71. Not bad whatsoever. We also addressed the positions I think needed addressing the most. Like wide receiver. Not, right now we don't really need a wide receiver because we still have Emmanuel Sanders. We still have Dante Pettis. Debo Samuel can still get some playing time. But Angelo Hawkins is here for the future. I get we do have Debo Samuel who's still young, but Hawkins I think is going to be a much better long-term option considering he has at least star development. Hopefully that's higher though. Trey Pearson is going to be a franchise left tackle filling in for Joe Staley, and we definitely need a corner after we were not able to bring back Jason Verrett. I mean, I guess we have Akella Witherspoon as well, but it's whatever. I'd rather have that 78 overall rookie over Witherspoon. Wait, what did I just say? I think I just said Willowspoon. I kind of combined his first and last name together. Akello Witherspoon. All right, there we go. Angelo Hawkins, though, was the first player off the board. Of course, we took him. 75 overall. John Maggot at free safety. Number 2. Number 3, Davon Kelly. Mario Jimenez. And then there's the 79 overall guy we drafted. Let's see what the overalls are, though. There was a running back who was a 79. Wow. Mac Polk. He looks really nice. Here is that other tackle. He's a 78. Was I right with my logic? He actually has hidden. So it really does not matter. It did not matter, I guess, who we would have went with. Let's just see what his development is. It is star. Okay, so hopefully our guy has superstar. But if anything, we did get the better pick, right? If our guy ends with star, technically we got the better pick very slightly. Just because there's a 1 overall difference. Hold on, I cannot go to overall. Holy crap. It's just, a 1 overall difference. But, our draft was actually really nice. I'm really excited to see where these guys go and how far they develop. There's Cutler, 76 overall in the 2nd round. He's a beast, man. He probably has normal, though. Yeah, he does. Okay, but that's still a good pick for the Giants. Filling in for Will Hernandez, who I believe is on our team, right? I did this rebuild so long ago, man. I don't really remember who we traded for. Yeah, okay, we do have Will Hernandez. Okay, this will be the team for the 2nd season. It's an 86 overall, 87 offense, 85 defense. I think it took a very slight step back just because of some regression and some retirements, of course. But newly to the offense is Hawkins and Pearson. And also Hyde is actually going to get some playing time. I moved Hawkins up to the number 3 spots, Emmanuel Sanders the number 2, and then Dante Pettis hopefully can be the number 1 of the future for this team. That would be pretty cool. And then defensively, we added a new cornerback. We got Banyard. He's a 78 overall, and I think he is going to be a beast one day. And then if anyone cares about specialist, this is what it looks like. I have that Hawkins guy playing slot wide receiver. Hopefully he can ball out down there. But now, let me simulate to the midseason, after I spend my coach experience, of course. Somehow this team is under 500 right now. We are 3-4. The Cardinals, though, are 2-5. We are in 3rd place in the NFC West. The Rams and the Seahawks above us, 5-2 and 4-3 for them. But let's check out these hidden development traits. Specifically the wide receiver. What does he have? It's actually not revealed yet. Wonder how close it is. 71 snaps away from revealing it. Pearson has star development, so, I mean, it's the same as that other tackle we could have drafted. We technically got the better guy, whatever. This cornerback is an X factor. Okay, word. He has Zone Hawk, I believe. I also just said word again. I don't know why I keep doing that, but yeah, he has Zone Hawk. That's pretty sweet. That is super exciting. We got another X factor on this defensive side. Hopefully he balls out for us. But yeah, the team is actually in a pretty good spot. I'm surprised the record is kind of poor right now. Hopefully we can have a strong second half of the season. And George Kittle needs to come back to the team. He is more than worth it, though. Jamal Adams needs to come back to the team. Of course, Rodney Hudson again. Richard Sherman, DeForest Buckner, Kyle Juszczyk. Okay, there's a lot of players here, man. So right now we have DeForest Buckner, Richard Sherman, Rodney Hudson, and George Kittle back on the team. Jamal Adams declined my contract, or my offer. But hopefully we can restructure that and get him back on the team. I'm not going to negotiate with these other guys until I get back Jamal Adams, just to make sure I have enough money to do it, because I think Adams is far more important. Jamal Adams is coming back to the team, finally. It took me like 4 extra weeks to get it done. We made the playoffs this year. We went 9-7, so we just barely made it. The Seahawks went 10-5-1, the Rams 8-8, the Cardinals 5-11. How did the team play, though? Jimmy G, another really good season, man. A little bit worse than last year, but still, it's a great season. I'm down with it. Matt Breida was a little bit better. 4.2 yards per carry, 7 rushing touchdowns for him. Dante Pettis over at 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Angelo Hawkins, 9 touchdowns his rookie year. Emmanuel Sanders still contributing. George Kittle gets 5 touchdowns. Not too many sacks let up, especially for Trey Pearson. That's a good rookie season to have. Also, our guard also played really well. I said also twice. Whatever. 114 tackles for Fred Warner. We have 10 tackles for loss for DeForest Buckner and Nick Bosa. Not too many sacks, but 8 for DeForest Buckner, solid. 7.5 for D Ford, 6 for Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, and Quan Alexander. 5 interceptions for Richard Sherman, 3 for Fred Warner. He had a really good year. 2 for Quan Alexander, Raquel Banyard, and Jonathan Jones. 1 for Dre Greenlaw and Jaquiski Tart. Do we have any defensive touchdowns? No, we do not. Safeties. We don't have any blocked kicks. We have 1. D Ford got it. How many forced fumbles? Only 3. And none of those were recovered, surprisingly. 13th on offense. Now, defense. Top 10. Give it to me. No, okay. Almost bottom 10, actually. Deshaun Watson, MVP. Nobody from the 49ers. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Aaron Rodgers. Jimmy Garoppolo, though, at number 6. Getting the respect he deserves, at least there. Defensive Player of the Year. I expect to see Fred Warner in this list somewhere. And he is not in it. But Nathan Gary is. Alright, awesome. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Nick Wimbley. Angelo Hawkins at number 3. Alright, well, hopefully he has like Superstar or something. That would be nice. Defensive Rookie of the Year is the X Factor. Okay, that is massive. He's going to get like 10 experience points. Good God. Now let's see what this wide receiver is all about. If he's an X Factor as well, I'm going to scream. Alright, get ready for it. Yeah, scream. Alright, well, he is an X Factor. That's actually ridiculous, man. Another draft where I drafted 2 X Factors. Alright, I feel like I should show that I didn't edit this draft class at all. I haven't done this in a little while. I normally don't. Because if you guys actually think I edit draft classes, like, please stop watching my videos. I kind of don't want you to keep watching. If you just can't trust me. No draft class edits. I'll just go to player edits as well. Hold on, how do I do that? Player edit right there. I didn't edit any players. I don't think anything else is worth showing, but player edits, draft class edits, there's nothing. I didn't do anything to it. Like I said, if you think I'd do anything to cheat in these, please leave. But that guy's an X Factor. That's ridiculous, man. He was 100% worth the draft pick. He has 6 overall points. He's going to go up to an 81 at minimum. This guy has 5. Somehow the wide receiver got more. Whatever. I don't really care. We have a good number of experience points going around. Let's spend these and make the team as good as possible. Also, if you guys are curious, Angelo Hawkins has the Most ability. I've actually never used this one yet. I think this is relatively new. But there's the ability. He also has the Post Flag Elite ability. Receivers with this ability run sharper routes and catch more consistently while running post and corner routes. That's actually awesome. I would love to have a player with that in one of my franchises. Raquel Banyard just got a speed upgrade. Man, he has 96 speed now. Okay, that's kind of insane. So this team is looking quite nice. We're an 88 overall, 89 offense, 88 defense, dude. This team should be able to make a nice playoff run here. I really hope they can. Let's just advance by the week after we check out the Seahawks overall, of course. The Seahawks are a really good team in this game. 84 overall for him. Wait. What? Why did they sign Drew Brees? You're telling me they have Russell Wilson and Drew Brees. You know, it's just so the veteran Russell Wilson can mentor the young Drew Brees, you know? It's one of those situations. You know, Patrick Mahomes, you know, he was a backup for Alex Smith one year. It's the same exact thing. Drew Brees, you know, after Russell Wilson gets old and retires or gets traded, Drew Brees is going to win MVP, all right? Mark my words. But let's see if we win, and yeah, of course, we lose. All right, 27-10, that's fantastic. We just lost to a team, man, with 2 X-Factor quarterbacks. It's not fair. The Texans and the Packers are in the Super Bowl. The Texans make it again. Can they go back-to-back? They cannot. The Packers ruin their fun, 35-28. Let's check out these dev upgrades and whatnot. Dante Pettis. I said his name really weird. Give me Superstar. He does not have it. Dante Pettis. Let me try that again. He's an 83 overall still, which isn't bad, but only star development. It's quite sad. Defensively, we have an X Factor. We have 2 more X Factors. Quan Alexander, Jamal Adams. Man, it's weird. Defensive players go up in development far more often than offensive players do, and I don't understand why. I don't know what causes it to happen. Maybe it's just like a goal met or something, like a personal goal. I don't know, but on defense they go up so much more frequently. Okay, so Kyle Juszczyk is a player I'd like to bring back, but we can't, which is kind of sad. I like Juszczyk a lot. He's a great fullback, you know. He's a very smart guy. Jaquiski Tartt's a player I probably wouldn't have brought back anyway. The only one I would have wanted here would have been Juszczyk. I'm sorry that I can't bring him back. I don't have any money. It's hard to manage cap this year. If you guys have done rebuilds, you probably know that. But let's check out who's here anyway. Unless anyone wants to give me $8 million to come to the team, I probably can't bring anyone in. Laramie Tunsil would have been interesting. I would not have needed him, but, you know, he's always here. Keanu Neal is an X Factor as well. Cooper Kupp would have been nice. I actually would have considered going after him. He's very good in this game. Also, very good in real life, obviously. But yeah, there's nobody else here who I would have went after, even though Matt Milano is a superstar. Actually, that would have been a player I would have targeted as well. But let's go to the draft, and I'll see you guys there. All right, so what kind of draft pick are we looking at here? Probably a pretty late one. I think I just have mine this year. Yeah, we have the 21st pick. Let me check out the draft board. I turned auto scouting on, so I have no idea what this draft board looks like. That quarterback looks pretty good. Dylan Gordon, I think he's going to be a pretty solid player. What do I need on this team? Let's think about it. I need a safety now that we don't have Jaquiski Tartt. Tyrell Morris looks nice. Yeah, he's a player I could definitely trade up and select. This guy also looks pretty good. Gerald Forrest, but I think Tyrell Morris looks a little bit better. I could also use an outside linebacker, but not as much. There's also no good outside linebackers, so I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to trade up probably to number 1 overall just to ensure that I can get this safety. Let's go with the Dolphins. They probably need everything right now. So let's see if we can get this trade to go through. Okay, a first this year, a first next year, and Raheem Mostert will get me the Dolphins' first overall pick, or first round pick, whatever, I don't know. But let's go with this safety. He might not be the best player in the class, but he's definitely the top player on my draft board because probably the position I need the most. Tyrell Morris is a 77 overall hidden development. Yeah, that's the biggest reach I've ever seen, man. We took him 2 picks earlier than he was supposed to go. I can't believe I would blunder that hard, man. Our next pick isn't until the late 2nd round. Who is still even here? Tyler Matlock just went to the Eagles. All right. Who do we want, man? I could use an outside linebacker. Might as well give Aaron Widener a shot. He's going to be horrible, man. I already know. I don't need a speed rusher. Or we could go with Jimmy G's backup. I think that's way more interesting. Wes Crockett. 66 overall, dude. Let's go. Wes Crockett, the future of this team. Also number 10. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. Yeah, also the reason why I didn't take that outside linebacker is he wouldn't have been a higher overall than Dre Greenlaw anyway. So I'm comfortable starting Greenlaw again. He doesn't get on the field that much. Usually, you know, your third linebacker in a 4-3, you know, doesn't, at least in Madden Sim, doesn't really see the field that much. So I'm not too worried that I have a 70 overall guy there. He's not going to impact the team that badly. But here we go. Here's our draft. It's stellar, man. I took 2 picks, and then I simulated. And the computer drafted amazingly, dude. Nobody over a 60. Let's go. But let's check out the NFL. Who is good in this class? Of course, the free safety we got was very good, but who is the top-ranked player? DeMarcus Crichton, an 80 overall running back. Why did the Titans draft so many running backs? 90 speed, 92 acceleration, 92 agility, 72 catching isn't bad. 90 speed actually isn't that great. He looks like a fun player to use, but he's not that fast. You'd have to bank on a couple speed upgrades to use him in a franchise. He does have Superstar, though, so that's one thing for him. You probably won't see the field. Actually, the Titans might not have Derrick Henry anymore. I don't know. But who else was good? There's a 78 overall running back, Miles Sanders. Very similar to Miles Sanders, if you ask me. Tyrell Morris is, number 3. Chris Maslowski. All right, a pretty good-looking right guard. Rick Shaw. Center Bill Scott. All right, anybody go in these later rounds or something? There's a third-round guy. That was the best player after the first round was a second-round guy. Actually, that one running back may have went in the second. Let's see. No, they both went in the first. All right. So yeah, pretty bad draft for later rounds. The top player you could have gotten later was a 71, which isn't bad, but I feel like you can sign a better free agent than that sometimes. I say that even though I'm pretty sure I started a 71 overall guard last year. Whatever. Don't pay attention to what I say sometimes. It's never intelligible. Okay, the team this year, 87 overall, 88 offense, 87 defense. I kind of need a backup running back because I don't have one who's good. He's a 62. We traded away Raheem Mostert. Part of me wants to put Deebo Samuel back here, man. Just for this final season, should we do it? I'm going to do it, man. Deebo Samuel, enjoy your new position at backup running back. I could go and cut some people, but I'm kind of lazy, so Deebo Samuel will be the backup running back. I'm pretty sure he has a rushing touchdown this year, so whatever, man. It makes sense. It works. He's also probably in the 80s at running back. He's a 79, all right? Not bad. But the team's an 87 overall. It looks pretty good, if you ask me. Hawkins is going to be the number 2 and the slot wide receiver. Emmanuel Sanders is going to be kind of fizzled out of the playbook a little bit more now. Dante Pettis, the number 1. The rest of the offense is pretty much the same. And then defensively, everything's the same aside from Morris, who I think can come and ball out. But that's the team. Hopefully it plays well. And of course, in my opinion, the best version of this team yet did not make the playoffs. All right, 7-9. That's very close, but that's very annoying as well. Jimmy G still played well. I'll give it to him. 4,000 yards, 31 touchdowns, 13 picks. It still is not, it's definitely not his fault. I don't know why I said still, but it's not his fault that we're playing badly. Matt Breida kind of went off. All right, 5 yards per carry, almost 11 touchdowns. What happened? He did fumble 3 times, but Dante Pettis gets 10 touchdowns. George Kittle does all right. Angelo Hawkins 7. Emmanuel Sanders gets 6. I don't know where this team went wrong. Trey Pearson didn't play too well, but everybody else did on the offensive line. 114 tackles for Fred Warner. 19 tackles for loss for Nick Bosa. 16 for DeForest Buckner, who gets 12.5 sacks. We finally get some pressure, man. 3 interceptions for Jonathan Jones and Tyrell Morris. 2 for Richard Sherman and Raquel Banyard. 1 for Dre Greenlaw and Fred Warner. Greenlaw's been holding his own. He's been playing quite well. Defensive touchdowns, we don't have any. We have 1 safety from Nick Bosa and 2 blocked kicks. Jamal Adams and Azeez Al-Shaair. I don't even know who that is. I probably destroyed that name. I apologize, man. Forced fumbles, 3 for Richard Sherman. All right, man. 1 for a couple other players as well. And 1 of those were recovered. You're joking, man. So what? We had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 forced fumbles. We have a 14% fumble recovery rate. That's awful. I think 1 out of 7 is 14%. It's something like that. 18th on offense. Defensively, let's go. Top 10. Nah, 22. All right. I don't even know why I got psyched up for it to be top 10. Baker Mayfield winning MVP. Word. I said word again. Yeah. Oh, man. I hope there's 5 people left watching at this point. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Ezekiel Elliott. Marcus Mariota on the Giants. I'm sure Bengal would love that one. Nobody from the 49ers. I'm actually surprised Jimmy G didn't make it. We have DeForest Buckner, though, in Defensive Player of the Year. Sidney Jones on the Giants. Again, I'm sure Bengal would love that one. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Ian Bowen. Luther Strickland, a 54 overall at number 3. He can be a legend one day. Our backup quarterback at number 7. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to the safety. Let's go. Marcus Mariota, best quarterback. All right, then. Jimmy G at number 8, though. Best running back, Ezekiel Elliott. Where is Matt Breida at number 7? There he is. Best wide receiver, Antonio Brown on the Giants. All right, man. Again, Bengal. I'm sure he'd love it. Dante Pettis at number 9. Best offensive lineman, Zach Martin. Travis Frederick, Tyron Smith. There's really no competing with these guys. Rodney Hudson, though, at number 6. At least we get someone in there. Best defensive lineman, Aaron Donald. DeForest Buckner at number 2. Best linebacker, Khalil Mack. Nobody from the 49ers. Best defensive back, Sidney Jones. No, 49ers. Best kicker, Maxwell Carlson. Anybody from the 49ers? Is Robbie Gould in here? He is at number 8. All right. Well, I'm going to end this video here just because we don't have any cap room, and I know we don't. So that's going to be fun. Actually, technically it's not going to end here. Let me go to the Super Bowl, and I'll let you know who's in it. Also, how mad would you guys have been if I ended that video without telling you the development of the safety? Whatever. We have a rematch of a previous Super Bowl here, the Bears and the Colts. Will Devin Hester return the opening kickoff again? That'd be cool. 20-17 for the Colts. That's nice. They get a Super Bowl win. But let's see. Dev upgrades, development traits, all that good stuff. So, on offense, I don't think anybody went up in development. I'm actually really surprised Jimmy G did not go up once yet. It definitely does surprise me. Defensively, they have a star developing free safety. All right, nothing phenomenal, but it's still pretty good. DeForest Buckner's up to a superstar as well. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I definitely hope you guys enjoyed. I also hope you guys can understand that this team probably should have made the playoffs, but Madden Sim was like, nope, the Cardinals are going to be the best team in the NFC West, apparently. But anyway, one final time, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.